Directions. You will now listen to a lecture on an academic topic. You will then be asked a question about them. After you hear the question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. Now, listen to part of a lecture in a statistics class.
Right, let's discuss sampling error. So what does it mean? In statistical terms, sampling errors occur when sampling is conducted in a way that is not randomized, or in simpler terms, some members or variables of the sampling population have a higher or lower probability of being selected than others. One might argue that a survey with a non-randomized sample can still yield meaningful statistical conclusions, but I have to disagree with that. Statistical claims with sampling errors should not be used as they can't accurately reflect the opinions of the population. First, let's look at the non-randomized bias within a company setting. Let's say you would like to conduct a survey about employee satisfaction towards a company. The variables are the surveyors and the respondents. When those variables aren't randomly selected, you might have the boss be a surveyor asking new employees whether they like the company or not. As you could imagine, the employee's response would likely be skewed favorably towards the company. They just don't want to come off as people who complain a lot, and so are more likely to give a favorable response to avoid potential confrontation. Another type of sampling error that would render statistical conclusions inaccurate is the self-selection bias. It happens whenever the sampling population has the control to decide whether to participate in a survey or not. Let's again put this into context within a company setting. If you would want to conduct a survey about working pressure and you allowed employees to voluntarily participate in it, you can expect inaccurate results because those who are likely to take place in the survey would be those who are less stressed about their work. Similarly, those who are busy wouldn't have the time to do the survey.
Using points and examples from the lecture, explain the two types of bias presented by the professor. You now have 20 seconds to prepare your response. You may begin preparing after the beep.